false prophet. Pyramidology, the study of or theory about mathematical or occult significance in measurements of the Great Pyramid of Egypt. From theguardian.com, link in the description. Newton was trying to uncover the unit of measurement used by those constructing the pyramids. He thought it was likely that the ancient Egyptians had been able to measure the earth and that, by unlocking the cubit of the Great Pyramid, he too would be able to measure the circumference of the earth. He hoped that would lead him to other ancient measures, allowing him to uncover the architecture and dimensions of the Temple of Solomon, the setting of the Apocalypse, and interpret the Bible's hidden meanings. He was trying to find proof for his theory of gravitation, but in addition, the ancient Egyptians were thought to have held the secrets of alchemy that have since been lost, said Heaton. Today, these seem disparate areas of study, but they didn't seem that way to Newton in the 17th century. Occult. Newton kept his obsession with alchemy and his heterodox religious beliefs, a rejection of the doctrine of the Trinity, to himself. This was not because he feared his faith might discredit his scientific work, or vice versa, but because his unorthodox views would cost him his career. End quote from theguardian.com. Murderer. Isaac Newton was the warden of the Royal Mint from 1696 to 1700. One of the official duties of the warden was to investigate and prosecute counterfeiters. Quote, from the historycollection.com. Newton threw himself into the role, investigating counterfeiting and the clipping of coins with enthusiasm, even disguising himself in taverns to uproot counterfeiters and prosecuting them vigorously. One such counterfeiter was convicted by Newton, and after his high-ranking friends succeeded in gaining his release from prison, Newton prosecuted him a second time. The evidence which Newton presented and the vigor of his prosecution led to the counterfeiter being convicted and sentenced to death by hanging, after which he was taken down still alive and drawn and quartered. Newton's zeal led to another 28 convictions and executions for counterfeiting, all of which he pursued with pious glee. End quote from the historycollection.com. Did Isaac Newton always correctly identify criminals? Did anyone die under false accusation of Isaac Newton? Answer. You can see from his previous work in false prophecy, alchemy, and his ridiculous pseudo-scientific theories that he was a man of elaborate guesswork. If his handling of death sentences was anything like his other studies, his blood guilt should be obvious.